Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the meeting minutes from October 21st. Further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
We also have a group of meeting minutes from October 21st, which are from executive session and would not be for release. Would seek a motion to approve the October 21st executive session meeting minutes.
I move to approve the October 21st executive session meeting minutes, not for release at this time.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the executive session meeting minutes from October 21st, but not for release. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving along, town administrator report. Wait a minute, we probably should attend to public comment. It looks to me like maybe the public's here to comment. I don't know if they're here to comment or here to listen, but, at any rate.
We're just listening.
Oh, okay. Town administrator report?
So just a few things. I just want to say what's gone on in the past week. The senior center had a, let me make sure I say this right,
Halloween costume.
a fall spectacular. They did a bunch of little tables that were set up, and Sandy was a judge, I was a judge. We had Joe as a judge, Joe Hood, Craig and Joanne from Broberg Insurance, and Rachel from RJ McDonald. They went around, they did the judge. It was really fun, it was really packed, it was a great time, so, you know, it was very, very busy. Also on that same day, they had flu and COVID shot, and Athol Pharmacy actually did it for free. They had a great turnout. So, and they're looking forward to doing it with us again next year. And I only have one other thing, is just about the day before Thanksgiving, I just wanted to announce that November 27th will be closing at noon that day.
Thank you, Tammy. We have select board reports. I would expect that it is appropriate for us to take a vote in open session regarding the fire chief issue for the interim position, and that we need to do that in open session, have approved a program or a possible solution in executive session, and need to approve it again in open session. So I would entertain a motion. John, you want to explain
I don't know if you want to say, that is on the list for new business if you want.
Oh, okay, we can wait till new business.
At that point.
Okay. Okay, we can do that. Select board member reports.
Let's see, so I was able to attend a Mass Trails conference last weekend. There's definitely a lot of interest right now in completing the Central Mass Rail Trail through Barre. They're actually anticipating upwards of 5 million users a year once it's completed. So I think there's a lot of potential opportunity for South Barre there that we need to be aware of and keeping in mind as we look at our grant for rezoning and other things like that to see how that area could be impacted. There's specifically, people were mentioning to me a lack of any place to stay when you're traveling along that stretch of the trail overnight, so there could be some good economic development opportunities for South Barre. I just want us to keep that in mind as we're with that. The next Trails Grant application period, which some people from Wachusett Meadows, they've been working through this area, might be interested in potentially, talking to us about, but the next round will be in February for the Mass Trails grants. And then the other thing, just on that note, looking at potentially, we recently approved a new open space committee, potentially just modifying that before we fully fill that to be open space and trails, and just add a few other aspects to that that would allow that to do more trail-related items there. And I'd love to, so I'll put something together for that so we can get that out and potentially vote on that next time we meet.
Great.
And then hopefully start appointing people to it. I know there's already been some interest in at least one applicant for it, even in its current state, so to be on that committee. So I think that would be a good opportunity for the town to look at this. Yep.
Where are they thinking about putting the rail trail in South Barre?
So that's the interesting part. Most of the rail trail follows along corridors of where the railroad used to be.
Yeah.
We still have active rail.
Yeah, we still use ours.
Yep, so that's the question. That's what they want us to, that's what people want to figure out, is what is the best way to get past the dump and potentially do on-road or potentially rails with trails? Wait, it's called rails, where you have a trail adjacent to a railroad, which there is some guidance for. Some places near Boston have done that with light rail. So the short answer is we don't know yet, and that's pretty much what they want us to, what we want to figure out.
Is that what that committee's about?
What's that?
Is that what that committee's about, trying to figure out where to put it?
That committee would be about anything related to open space and trails. This would be one thing that we'd love for them to take a look at, but it would be a much more broad committee than just that.
Good.
So, anything to do with open space and in that area.
Anything else from you, Joe?
I think that's all I have on there.
Mark?
No, I just wanted to say thank you to Sandy and her husband Kevin for coming in on Saturday to help facilitate the painting and all the problems that we actually came up during that time when we came in. I come in on Saturday and help as well, but it's just something I want to mention.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Sandy. Getting your new digs ready. I do see that Sheriff is with us, and he has a presentation to make, and we promised him that we would, when we saw him, that we would take the event that he is going to, kind of have for us and do it immediately. And so he and the individuals who are in attendance for the presentation would be available. So Richard, if you would like to come up with some of your members and get the presentation started. We're very pleased to have the Sheriff with us this evening. He is going to recognize members of the 250th Celebration Committee.
Would somebody be able to take a picture? I'd love to have a picture of this.
I'll be happy to take the picture,
Yeah,
Sheriff, so I
whatever
don't
you
have to
like,
be
whatever I
interested.
do it. So, okay, I'll just,
Get them set up.
yeah, you should be good.
You got it?
Is it okay to just go?
It's okay to go.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say, Chair Marshall, thank you for acknowledging me right away. The one good thing when you're 6'7", tallest sheriff in America, is you are recognized when you come in. It's hard to hide. So I got that going for me. And I just wanted to say, this town has been very important to me in my life over the years. I've come here for many events, many things over the years, including my best friend got married and had their beautiful reception at the old Barre Inn up there, and what a loss that was to the town. But through the years, I've come here. When I saw your 250th anniversary, I felt I want to come and recognize the work that was done. I wasn't able to be at the parade, but I heard it was incredible, and the whole 250th celebration you did. And I felt it was important to mention this, because this is and I'll be brief, I promise, 3 minutes I'll be gone, okay? So don't worry about it, I'm not gonna go on forever. But I do wanna say this is kinda cool. The Worcester County Sheriff was first appointed by the King of England on June 30th of 1731. So there's only one official of this county who could ever come in here and predate you by 50-something, whatever, plus years, right? So that's the cool thing about sheriff. We have been around. When the King established the colony of Massachusetts, it was part of the United Kingdom, and he wanted people to govern the new land. So they appointed sheriffs, and they were essentially the governors of the counties, because England has all county government. So we were established in 1731. So when I see a 250th anniversary, I think that's cool, but we're approaching like our 300th anniversary sheriff, which is pretty cool too.
Yes.
So I just wanted to come in, tell you that I love the work you do. This is a very special community, very tight bonds. It's a special place. I do have to mention one thing. Two of my most important people in my life in politics, when I first ran for office as state rep in 2002, the person I looked to for my campaign to help me was Dave Tuttle. Sends his regards from the Keys of Florida, now where he lives. But Dave and Becky and his whole family, I literally drove up here every day in 2002 to the point where my car could drive itself. And then when I got elected, Senator Steve Brewer was a mentor to me. So those two people were some of the most instrumental people. I would not be standing here today without the guidance of those two people. So Barre has always had a remarkable representation of people in the powers that be on Beacon Hill, and you've had some of the best ones, and they've touched my life. So with that being said, I would like to offer a citation. It's from the Worcester County Sheriff's Office. It says the High Sheriff of Worcester County right in it, I'm not kidding. But it's just to pay homage to the town of Barre in the recognition of your 250th anniversary for the town. Congratulations, and thank you for all the work you did to make it special. That was it. Thank you. So, who would I want to give in the middle. and we can all hold it. You wanna come in?
Dave will be
Let's
jealous.
hold it together. Oh, yeah, I can't wait, I'm gonna send it to him on the way
This is
home. You
like
wanna join me?
standing, this is like standing next to me and my dad. He might have taller than my dad.
Is that?
Okay, Richard, let me see that face, okay, we got you.
know.
Let me get another one. I will send it to you, because
Oh,
I
that's all
lost,
right.
your phone went dark and I didn't know all of your signals.
That's amazing.
There you go, but, yes, thank you for
Thank you
everything
very
as well.
much.
Very nice, thank you, sure.
I have to
number,
say,
you
I've
won't
never
be-
needed your services, and I'm really
Sure.
happy about that.
Give me a-
Women always tell me, you'll never see me there, I'm
Go
like,
ahead.
well, I don't have women at my facility. 508.
I'm sorry?
508.
See?
508,
887.
887.
05.
Is it color?
69.
Is it color?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
recognizing me tonight. I really appreciate it. Good to see you all. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Work in your office. Really appreciate it. You're great. Thank you, Paula. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
KATUTTLE @gmail.com.
What's that?
Everybody's tall to me. Just a question, and Stanley, can you tell me where we are with posting the land down behind Route 67 where we're having some ATVs and other noisy?
I'm not sure, but I can
Okay,
check.
yeah, check with the chief. I know that we had discussions at the board and made a motion and vote to post that property.
There's also been some problems there over the last weekend here. Did you get,
Yeah.
so we need to address that as well.
Yeah.
As far as shooting.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
I
there's,
didn't get the shooting thing.
there's shooting, there's target practice down there, and there's
Oh, in the-
it's drawing some
in the-
aggression
in
with
pit?
some of the neighbors.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Okay. Well, that's another thing for the chief. We'll talk with him about that. Anything, Mark, do you have anything else you'd like
No,
to?
not that.
Okay, just correspondence that we got from the Fire Chiefs Association, and obviously had conversations with the chief and so forth about outdoor fires. And we say this not because to inform the people who are here, who are mostly firemen, that people who are out and listen to this meeting, please understand outdoor fires are prohibited. If you wanted an outdoor fire, you are supposed to call dispatch and get permission, but there will be no permission. And if you are, thinking that you might just like to have a fire without getting permission, please, please. It is extremely dry out, and we've had one fire up off Hawes Hill. I don't know how big it was. How big was it, James?
It was
Couple acres, more?
4.2 acres.
4.2 acres. So we're lucky that it was called in as early as it was, and that you were able to get the aid that you help, and you had water pretty close.
Yes.
Close enough to get at least up on top of the hill. So congratulations on that, because it was a quick snuffing of what could have been a really, really serious situation. So to the public, please, no outdoor fires. There will be no permission given. I mean, you can call if you want, but there will be no permissions for any outdoor fires until further notice. Moving on to new business. We already had some of it. That was Sheriff Evangelidis. I know that the 250th have already left, but again, our thanks to that committee for the hard work that they've done over the past year or even longer to raise money and also to put on a whole series of events. It's a pleasure to have been working with them, and I know they're wrapping it up, I think, around the holiday season, so it will be nice for them to take a little breather.
Before we move on from administrator reports, or select board reports, I did just want to note for anyone watching, at one point, there was a meeting scheduled as part of, there was a presentation scheduled as part of today for
Yep.
the dam, for
Barre Dam.
Old Reservoir Dam, and that is been postponed. We'll have a date, probably in a couple of weeks or so. We'll have that date posted out as soon as we
They're
know.
looking for the week of November 18th, so.
So sometime week of November 18th is what the
Yes.
state has said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so, thank you for that, John. Moving on to the discussion and approval of the interim fire chief. We had a lengthy discussion with members of the leadership at the fire department, and we have voted, at least in executive session, to approve the following plan. But John, I'd ask you to just describe the plan.
Sure, so what this plan involves would be that our current, well, I guess it's not technically current anymore, but Chief Rogowski would take on the position of a part-time interim chief for approximately 16, so it would be 16 hours a week of administrative duty as a part-time employee as the interim fire chief, with Dennis Hamill as the assistant chief, taking on some of the additional responsibilities and moving forward in that direction. So it would be a more limited scope of work for Chief Rogowski in his interim role, but that would help us to move forward. It assists in the amount of paperwork of transferring things, and also as we move towards budgeting season, the board viewed that as a good alternative. It was, the recommendation of himself and Assistant Chief Dennis, and we thought that would be an appropriate and effective way to handle this transition as we look for a new full-time chief.
Is that a motion?
Oh, I was just describing it.
I didn't take that as a motion.
Yeah, that wasn't a motion. So the motion is to appoint Chief Robert Rogowski as the interim fire chief for 16 hours per week.
We have a motion made, seconded here by the chair.
As my problem was, I would like to have seen the role being taken over by just one person rather than two.
Okay.
I just want that to be known.
Okay, so we have the motion made and seconded. Those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Those opposed? We have one in opposition and two in favor, so the motion passes.
And where Dennis is already the assistant chief, there's no action that needs to be
Needs to
taken
be
there, but
taken.
we greatly appreciate him taking on the additional responsibilities.
As necessary.
One thing, I don't probably won't have an answer here tonight, but I know losing the chief, at least hypothetically, 40 hours a week, and then getting it filled with 16 would leave 26 hours a week short a person. So just some sort of, and maybe you guys had the discussion, maybe I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but at least some thought to trying to get a person, trying to get extra hours or whatever for those extra hours.
We
that will
did,
end up
we
in-
did have some discussion about that. It was, shall we say, superficial, allowing Mr. Hamill and also Mr. Rogowski to put together a cogent plan moving forward. We have great faith in their expertise and also their dedication to the department. So I'm basically the last person, at least in my opinion, that you should ask to, kind of man the fire department and man the ambulances is me. The skill and talent that lies in your hands is the most significant thing that we have, and it's one of the benefits of having a fire department who's showing up tonight to find out what's happening. So,
So I'll say there was discussion about, potential additional per diem slot during the days. That's,
that they,
something we'll be working through going forward.
and that they will work it through and give us recommendations, obviously, that we believe they're in the best situation or have the best knowledge of what needs to happen to get us through this interim time. We believe that we don't believe that we will have a new chief in position and probably into March or April, based upon the length of time. We're going through a very rigorous process of assessments and so forth with using an outside agency to do that. I think we are on the street with from applications, so we'll hopefully be seeing some applicants so soon. And
We actually have an initial deadline for that in
December.
December
In December
16th,
16th.
and
We're
the
supposed to
chief
take
is going to be
Yeah.
posting it internally, so you see it throughout all the stations and everything. And I did ask him to also put it on the fire department website as well, so
And
we'll
we-
be seeing all that as well.
And we know that there's excessive, we have to provide places where the assessment can happen within the community, and it will happen probably with the help of the school department in areas that, so people who are making application are not seen going in and going out, and so people can, if it's something they'd like to keep private, we certainly will honor that. So we should be getting paper from people, I guess, within the next month.
Yeah, hopefully.
And,
January 29th is when the potential assessment where that is going to be, so, and, Corinne's gonna check with the school and see if we can get the.
So if we can use some of their properties, and, because I guess you need large rooms to do this and that, I don't know what they do, but whatever they do. So, we're really excited to have that happen. And again, we thank, Mr. Hamel, we thank, Chief Rogowski for, being willing to kind of hold us together as we move through the process. Okay, moving on to fuel storage tank, 441 Wheelwright Road, RFP for getting a tank cleaned. So let's talk about the location of that. I believe that is at the DPW department. We've
Yes.
got getting some sludge in some of our chief cruisers, so we're needing to clean the tank. And you want to talk a little bit about,
Yep, so, we reached out for 3 quotes. One didn't respond, one asked for more clarification, but never responded after the quote. So the next quote we have is for $4,045, and that is with CommTank. So that is the one that I would ask the board to approve.
what is it, could you say?
CommTank is the one.
Tink or tank?
Tank.
Tink, Tink.
Some
Okay,
of the first.
okay, and the amount is for,
It is for $4,045.
and $4,045 for that, okay, for that money. That will be taken from a piece from the DPW department, the Enterprise Water Fund, the Enterprise Sewer Fund, the Fire Department, and the Police Department. A little here and there, because they're the ones who take and use that tank for fuel. Okay, we need a motion?
I move to approve the bid from CommTank for the cleaning of fuel storage tank at 441 Wheelwright Road.
Second.
In the amount of $4,045.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded for the cleaning of the 2,000-gallon above-ground storage tank located at 441 Wheelwright Road, which is where we have a gasoline for those vehicles that are used by the fire department, the police department, and DPW, water and sewer. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Accept the vote. Cemetery clerk resignation, we do have a resignation of the cemetery clerk. She's taking on additional responsibilities elsewhere in the town government. That position is approximately 10 hours a week, I believe, and that posting is available on our website as well as hearing it this evening. So any interested persons are encouraged to provide their letter of interest to the town administrator. Wage authorization for Julie.
Do we, I would move to accept the resignation.
Okay. We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to accept the resignation of the cemetery clerk. Again, post the position?
Yes.
Post the position.
It's till
immediately.
December 31st, too.
Effective.
She's on till December 31st.
To accept the resignation effective December 31st.
Will be her last, whatever.
With our thanks for the hard work.
She's still a little harder.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, so we have the secretary clerk's resignation. We move to approve that resignation effective December 31st. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We'll vote. Okay, we have then traffic appointment. We have 2 individuals, I believe.
No.
Just one.
Just
One. Yep.
Which was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
James Saborn has presented the name of Gregory Devine to be a member of the traffic control unit. And he would be obviously at the current detail rate, which is $60 per hour when needed and assigned by the chief. Do you have a motion?
I move to appoint Greg Devine as a traffic control, to the traffic control unit.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to follow Chief Saborn's recommendation and to hire Gregory Devine as a traffic control unit individual who will be working at, when necessary, at a $60 per hour rate. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, wage authorization for Dylan Forrest. full-time fire police officer, step 3, at $27.96 per hour, effective 1/1/2025.
I move to approve the wage increase for Dylan Force from step 2 to step 3 at a rate of $27.96 per hour.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to accept the wage authorization for Dylan Forrest as a full-time police officer from step 2 to step 3 at a rate of $27.96 per hour, effective January 1st, 2025. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's vote. Having no old business today due to the change of the reservoir discussion. And if you want to make a comment or two about that to the public, if people are interested in that, we think the week of November 18th is going to be the time when the state is going to be available to us.
Yes.
And we promised Corey, we screwed it up. It looks like you're going to be on the 18th anyway.
Oh, no. I was gonna email you back.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
was
no,
gonna add-
I'll wait.
Okay.
You
So
sure?
let me know when you're ready then, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't wanna, I know you're gonna have a busy night, so, yeah.
Okay, so I think, other than that, we have no old business on the agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Can I make a quick public comment?
Sure.
I want to appreciate, say thank you to you two and Ellen for all the work that you guys are gonna do tomorrow and all the work that you guys
Oh, you're
put
right.
into this election. You know, I know it's not easy.
And be safe,
Yeah.
be safe.
And on that note, for anyone watching, don't forget tomorrow's election day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to forget, isn't it? Hard to forget, but you're right, and you're right, thanking the amount of work they put in preparation is somewhat amazing, and all of the time that is spent in early voting. And we had a good number of people who took advantage of early voting here, I think more than usual. So that helps tomorrow's rush, I think. But we got a lot of good people who are lined up, ready to go. And it's interesting, I was watching on TV, they were showing when you do early voting, the amount of work it is to take the thing out, spread it out so it can go through the machines. You know, just to kind of, it seems like it would speed things up, but it doesn't speed things up for them at all. Speeds things
Make me
up
feel
for
bad
me.
for voting early now.
Well, I said, yeah, it's just something.
Post-2020, it like tripled their work
Mm.
and they never got relief from it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
frustrating,
Yeah.
it really is.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion made to move to adjourn, and those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.